Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video is an inquiry to find out where Tariq Ibn Ziyad was born. It is said by some people that he is Algerian, and it is also said by others that he is Moroccan. Although there is no document or manuscript that confirms his exact place of birth, tracing the information we have gives us clues and answers as to where he was born. Today, I will present to you a step-by-step inductive research from books and reference and sources that will help us narrow down all the possibilities little by little until we find his country of origin and his place of birth. Musa ibn Nusayr was the wali or the leader of North Africa, and he was located in Al-Qayrawan. From this map of the opening of North Africa, we can see that all the big cities during the Islamic openings were mostly in Tunisia and Algeria. Only few cities existed in Morocco, and only a few of them were mentioned in the books relating to the openings, except Tangier, Sijil Masa, Sabta, and few others. And this is because Tunis was the capital for the Romans for centuries, and the more west you went, the less urbanization you would find. Tariq ibn Ziyad was the helper of Musa ibn Nusayr by the consensus of the history books, which means he was accompanying him and he was his right hand. The saying that Tariq ibn Ziyad was born in Morocco is not right from many sides. I will mention them all to you, and then we will prove it together from history books. First, there is proof that Musa ibn Nusayr took Tariq ibn Ziyad as a helper when he was a wali or a governor in Qayrawan, Tunisia, way before going to Morocco. Second, there is historical proof that Tariq ibn Ziyad was among the army that opened the far west, or Morocco, meaning he couldn't have been Moroccan. Third, Tariq ibn Ziyad didn't know that Sabta was close to Tangier. If he was Moroccan, he would have known that. Fourth, there is proof that Tariq ibn Ziyad belongs to the Nafzawa tribe, and there is proof that Nafzawa is a tribe that settled in the east of Algeria and the west of Tunisia. We know also that Tariq ibn Ziyad belongs to the branch Warf Juma in the greater Nafzawa tribe, and we know that Warf Juma is close to Ouras mountains in the east of Algeria. If we can prove all this, we would have been able to get the real birth certificate of the great Tariq ibn Ziyad. In the book of Georgi Zidane titled Fath al-Andalus, or the opening of Andalusia, he says, when Musa ibn Nusayr came to Africa and became its leader, one of his helpers was Tariq ibn Ziyad. When Musa ibn Nusayr noticed Tariq's bravery and his good Islamic behavior, he promoted him to become the commander of the Tangier garrison. This means that Musa ibn Nusayr met Tariq ibn Ziyad very early on in Africa, before reaching the mid-Maghrib, which is Algeria, let alone Morocco. This is a map of Africa back then, and it extends to the east of Algeria. It shows that Tariq is from either the east of Algeria or the west of Tunisia. Let's park this argument for now, and try to look for some different ones. We read in the book, Da'iratul Ma'arif al-Qarn al-Ishrin, or the Encyclopedia of the 20th century, that's used by the students of Al-Azhar University in their studies. Then he conquered Tangier and opened Daraa and Tafillat Desert, and he made Tariq ibn Ziyad al-Laythi as a governor, and he descended on Tangier with an army of Arabs and Berbers, and this shows that he entered Tangier as it wasn't part of his country. Let's check another clear argument out. We opened the book titled in Arabic, An Nujumu Zahira fi Muluk Misr wal Qahira, or the shining stars within the kings of Egypt and Cairo. In the paragraph talking about the 13th year of the leadership of Egypt, of Abdul Aziz ibn Marwan, he said, Musa ibn Nusayr was leading the whole west, so he entered Tangier with an army headed by Tariq ibn Ziyad. So it's clear that Tariq ibn Ziyad came to Tangier leading the army with Musa ibn Nusayr, and it's clear that he didn't meet him there. We read again in this book, The History of Islam, to the author al-Humaydi. He talked about the opening of the Maghrib and said, Musa ibn Nusayr moved with an army by his right-hand man, Tariq ibn Ziyad, towards the Maghrib. He continued fighting against the Berber and opening the cities until he reached the city of Tangier. He opened it at last, and he was the first to enter it. I think it's now clear that he wasn't from Morocco, as he was one of the openers of the Maghrib, yet we still have some more proof and arguments. In this book titled Summarized Dictionary of Historical, Military, Social, and Religious Facts, when mentioning the event of Rabi al-Awwal in the year 78 Hijri, he said, in it, Musa was assigned a leader on all the west. He came to Tangier with an army headed by Tariq ibn Ziyad. In the book the history of all the Muslims in Andalusia, we read, and Musa ibn Nusayr led by himself an expedition that attacked Tangier, which has an important location, and Tariq emerged in this campaign as a leader. In this book titled Civilizational Conflict Between the East and the West, we read, then he sent an army led by Tariq ibn Ziyad to Tangier. In this book titled The History of North Africa, during the opening of Morocco, the Berber asked to be led by a Berberian like them. So Tariq, who was a Berberian from Nafzawa, was asked to assume this leadership position, and he was asked to stay among them in Tangier, and he stayed with 17,000 knights. This means that Tariq came forth from far, since he was asked to stay with them and his knights. If he was from Tangier, this would not be said. Let's open this book titled The Spread of Islam in Africa. We read, and Musa ibn Nusayr opened Tangier, and it wasn't opened before him, and he appointed on it his leader Tariq ibn Ziyad, who opened Andalusia later on. This means that Tariq ibn Ziyad was a leader in the army that opened Tangier, and to be a leader in an army, you would need to be a good Muslim from a while ago, and people were sure about your chivalry and your good Islamic behavior. As for the historic expression that shows that Tariq ibn Ziyad was a foreigner to Moroccan land, we find it in this book titled The Dawn of Andalusia. In this book, and after talking about the opening of Morocco, it is said, and Musa ibn Nusayr returned back to Qayrawaan and left behind Tariq ibn Ziyad, and the people that were with him knew at the moment that the port of Septa is close to his location. So they told him, and he started moving towards the port, and if he were a Moroccan, he would have known way before that the port was close to his location. This shows that he was from a far land and was therefore a foreigner to Morocco. Another piece of proof we have is looking at his lineage. He is a Berber as shown in the old manuscript written by Ibn Khalikan. We read about Musa ibn Nusayr. He used for Tangier and its management his helper Tariq ibn Ziyad the Berberian. And here we read, Tariq ibn Ziyad bin Abdullah bin Walghu bin Warfjum bin Nabarghas bin Walhas bin Yatufat bin Nafzaw, and so he is a Nafsi. The same lineage was recorded in the book The History of the Arabs' Conquests in France, Switzerland, Italy, and in the Mediterranean islands, offered by Ibn Athari al-Marakshi. He said, he is Tariq ibn Ziyad bin Abdullah, to the end, with the same lineage as above. In a very old manuscript titled The History of Andalusia, where it recorded the events where the Muslims were ruling Andalusia, it said, it was opened by Tariq ibn Ziyad the Nafsi, meaning he's from Nafzawa. The same thing is in the Spanish manuscripts. We read, Tariq ibn Ziyad the Nafsi. In the book titled The History of the Arab Literature, the Egypt edition 1969, it relates about states and princes until it says, and he put Tariq the Nafsi, the Berber, as a leader, and Nafzawa is a big tribe, and it has many clans. If we want to know which clan Tariq belonged to, we can find it in this book titled Milestones of the History of the Maghrib and Andalusia. We read, Tariq ibn Ziyad, the Warfjumi, and here. Then he ran away to a bigger Berber tribe called Warfjuma, and it is Tariq's tribe. So, we have ensured that Tariq is from Algeria because he was one of the leaders who opened Morocco, and because his lineage is Berber, Nafsi, and Warfjumi. We just need to find the location of the Nafsi tribe, and in particular, its Warfjum clan. In this book about a military history, we read about Abdurrahman ibn Rustum. He led Africa and part of Middle Maghreb land, which is Algeria, after he won one of his first battles against the clan Warfjuma from the Nafsi tribe. This is proof that Warfjuma is in what was called Africa at that time, which is Tunisia and part of the Middle Maghreb, which is Algeria. In the book titled The Berber Old Arabs, we read about the Warfjuma uprising led by Asib ibn Jamil, which is a clan in the Nafzawa tribe. Their leader was able to unite the clans and conquer and take over Qayrawaan in the year 745, meaning that Warfjuma, the tribe of Tariq ibn Ziyad, is not that far from Qayrawaan, and it's impossible that a tribe which is that far from the west or Morocco to conquer Qayrawaan. In this book, we read, the Warfjuma tribe was located in the west of Gabbas city near the Awras mountain. And these are the Berber tribes that were located in Morocco, and there is no mention of the Nafzawa tribe or its clan Warfjuma. And last, in the book about the conditions of the Fatimid dynasty, we read, as for its uncle Abd al-Warith, he ran away to the Warfjuma tribe, which is located in the Awras mountain. This paragraph from the book, Unforgettable Leaders, summarized all the topic by saying, Tariq Ibn Ziyad was born in the year 670 in Khansha in Algeria, in a Berber tribe called Nefsa, and this corresponds exactly with the historical data mentioned above. If the Algerian civil law allows it, we would have requested a symbolic birth certificate with all these arguments from his birthplace, the city of Khanshla, the capital of Ouras. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.